Hi Virgo, welcome to Key Wisdom Tarot. My name is Ruth, I'm your Reiki Master and Tarot reader, and this, my darlings, is your Sun, Moon and Stars reading for March into April 2020. Now, this is a monthly intuitive tarot reading and it takes a deeper look at your current spiritual path, what's needed for your soul's growth, healing and transformation, and it actually includes numerology and astrology as usual. Now, the first draw, we look at your sun or divine masculine for the month of March, which is your actions and experiences this month. In the second row, the moon section of your reading is your divine feminine. So that's what's hidden from your conscious mind and what's beneath the surface for you, anything emotional or intuitive or instinctive, and how you respond to these experiences up here. And then the third row, we have the stars section of your reading, which is April, which is advice on moving forward along your path, next steps, and things to consider. Now, I've got Tiny sitting on my knee, my little doggy. Now, my job as a tarot reader, as a Reiki master and a teacher is to practice absolute mindfulness, to be completely committed to each moment because each moment is absolutely necessary. Your job as a viewer is to notice how you respond to whatever it is you see, you hear, you feel, or think during the reading. Because ultimately, it's your awareness that increases your engagement with your reality, and that is where the wisdom is. That is where the growth is. That is where the healing is. Okay, my darling. So, without further ado, I've already shuffled, I've already meditated. I'll do a little bit more shuffling on camera, Virgo, and then we'll get started on your reading. Okay, my darling, let us get started on your reading. Card at the base of your reading is the Queen of Cups. Card at the base of the reading is the overall energy or experience of this time period, and for you, that is the Queen of Cups, my darlings, okay? So Queens, which is our feminine energy, so that's all about your non-physical self. It's all about your understanding, so the impact of your external experiences, that's the impact that they have on us, the understanding is where the divine feminine comes in. She tells us what we learned. She tells us what happened, how that made me feel, and that's what you're going to be focused on this month. You're going to be looking at what happened, how that made you feel, how what has happened already makes you feel. You're looking at your feelings, you're focusing on your emotional self, your emotional responses, your heart space, your heart chakra. This is a really beautiful energy already for you because it seems like, I mean, you're in your element. I feel like you're in your element. I've not seen any of the cards, but I feel like the Hermit is really here. You're really in your element this month. You're really uncovering things, excavating things, getting to the root cause of things, and you're really transforming from long held beliefs that you've had. I can feel it, and it's beautiful. Okay, so let's start with your experiences. Okay, so we've got a clarifier here. Okay, so I just put that there so I wouldn't forget. That's a clarifier, that's the actual card. Anyway, okay, so we have got we start in your experiences section, your actions and experiences this month. So we've got the and we can look at this week 1, first week of March, second week of March, third week, fourth week, but it's just all energies in your experiences. Okay, so we've got the 9 of Swords, we've got the 6 of Pentacles, we've got the High Priestess, and we have got the Page of Wands. I felt that was the Magician energy, but it's Page of Wands, so it's not dissimilar. It's got a similar element to it, I suppose, as well. Okay, my darlings, we start with the 9 of Swords. So it's linked to your energy of the Hermit, isn't it? Your Hermit's number 9. Number 9 is about that active engagement with what's going on inside, what's within, what is within. That's what we are engaging with number 9s. And with the Sword energy, it's about your thoughts, your mind, your awareness. So this is about engaging with your awareness. As I said before we looked at any of the cards, it's about, in this instance, because it's your thoughts, it's about what you actually think. These are things you actually think, being able to see them all up close, all at once. Now, for shorthand, people call this the card of the Dark Night of the Soul. But I personally celebrate when I see this card, because I know that this energy means that I'm going to be knowing, I'm going to be seeing some of the things, some of the automatic thoughts, some of the way that I automatically think about myself. I'm going to start to see them. I'm going to start to notice them. I'm going to start to hear them. So this is stuff that maybe you haven't thought about, that maybe you have suppressed, things that maybe have created anxiety in you, that you have refused maybe to sort of spend any time on looking at and examining. Now you're examining them. That's what this card shows. It shows that you're going to be looking, you're going to be examining what makes you think the way that you think about yourself, about your emotions, about other people, whatever it is, about your work. What makes you think that? Well, this isn't the question. These are the answers. This is you getting the answers. Yeah. So this is the answers. This is why you think the way you think, why you've been anxious, why the things that created the anxiety. It's all that. And so people call that, as I said, people call that for shorthand the Dark Night of the Soul. I celebrate. Because you know what is my motto, people? Say it after me. If you don't know, you can't grow. That's the truth. You cannot move on to the next step unless you understand where you are today. How can you make progress? So this is about you making progress toward that 10 of Swords, toward that transformation, which means we get to see it, we get to know. So I always celebrate when I see the 9 of Swords. The next card we've got here is the 6 of Pentacles, for shorthand, the card of reciprocity. This is the reason why. It's because Pentacles energy is about our manifested security. So anything that gives us security. So relationships, money, cash, etc., houses, jobs, etc. So Pentacles energy, where we put our energy and effort in order to manifest security. Number 6 is linked to your perception center, your 6th chakra, the third eye. And so it's about your perception of something, your perception of experiences. In this instance, the perception of where I put my energy and effort. What does that bring me? Well, with the card of reciprocity, it means that the energy that we've expanded before now, the work that we've done before now starts to bring in balance. The work that we're doing brings in balance. That's what this shows. It shows a change, as I said, a shift, a manifested change, a manifested shift in your security. So this is you feeling more mentally secure with these two energies together, more mentally secure, more emotionally secure, because you're, as I said, more mentally aware. So that is in itself what brings about security. So even if you've been, so you might be getting to the end of, you might be watching this at the end of February. You know, you might be getting to the end of February and you might be feeling a little bit destabilized, you know, because of the 8 of Swords and then the 9 of Swords. So, you know, you might be feeling a little bit destabilized. But what we get when we enter in March is you start to understand that this is the message that if I didn't know, I wouldn't have grown. You know, number 6 on the tree of life is Tifereth, which is beauty. And beauty, I always talk about that as about being about or a perceived appreciation of something, how we see something, how we approach something, how we look at something. In this way, this is understanding that what the energy that I put in, actually it's giving me something, it's given me awareness. So you're coming into balance, your stability, as I said, mental stability, emotional stability, and security is being born, is being seen in the world now. You're being able to see that the fact that I've spent this time looking at this, understanding this issue, looking at my thoughts, talking about it, seeing the counsellor, whatever it is for you as an individual, the fact that I've spent time doing that, meditation, Reiki, whatever it is that you've done for yourself, the time that you've spent doing it brings in balance. That's what you get in March. You get the effort rewarded, the work rewarded. And we get this energy here of the High Priestess. The High Priestess is the tarot reader's card, the card of our intuition, the card of your intuition, your divine feminine, your non-physical self. And by non-physical self, you'll know this if you watch my videos, by non-physical self I mean everything that is you that is not physical, everything that is you that is not seen. So your thoughts, your dreams, your ideas, your emotions, your passions, your instincts, your memories, all these things, that's all you, but it's just not physical, no one can see it. But in this position, in this part of your actions and experiences, what it shows, what it suggests is you listening, or your intuition being manifested. So what I mean by that is this could indicate synchronicities. So you go to sleep at night, you have a dream about I don't know, a certain song. You have a dream, you hear a song or whatever, then you go to work the next day and you hear that song. And it just so happens that, you know, as you're about to say, you know, just as you notice that that song was in your dream, your boss says to you, oh, I'm going to give you a promotion, or a job's coming up, or whatever. And then you start to make that connection, like, oh my God, I had that dream and I heard that song, and then I heard that song and my boss just talks about that, announced that new job. Maybe I should go for that job. Like, that's what I mean by manifested intuition. I mean, like, things may happen that seem strange, or that seem like you knew that was going to happen, or that sort of nudge at your memory. When we have the High Priestess in this position, it means that you're noticing your intuitive self, you're noticing your emotional self, you're noticing your instinctive and instinctual responses, you're noticing them, and you're responding to them, and that's helping to move you forward. So your intuition is actually helping you on your emotional self, and this a balance that's being brought in actually helps you to take actions in the real world, in the physical world. So it's beautiful when we have this energy of the High Priestess here. I love it to see it in this first row, and we see that what is moving you, and we see that there is action forward. You are moving now. You're moving in a new direction. You're moving in a direction that you're passionate about, that you're keen on, that you want to maybe commit to. Could be a person, could be a relationship, situation, job, doesn't matter. It's something that feels right to you. The wand energy is linked to the second chakra. Okay, the second chakra, your sacral chakra, and the affirmation for that chakra is I feel I want. It's the soul center, really. I always think of this as the soul, the second chakra. Even when I was a little girl, and we used to pray in school, and we'd say, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, and they talked about the soul, and I said, oh, I think that's where the soul is. I just knew that. I didn't know there was a thing called chakras when I was 6 or 7, but I knew that that's where my soul was. So that is always been where my soul is, and that is actually the sacral chakra, the soul chakra. Anyway, I digress. But ultimately, that is your energy of the passion, and what moves you, and what when you feel motivated, when you feel excited, when you feel anticipation. That's the energy of the wands moving through you. And so you have that energy moving through you, and it's that energy that's moving you forward, that's actually making you take steps and do things. It's masculine, this energy, with it being the page. So that means that you are acting on what you feel drawn to, what you feel passionate about, what you feel intuitively guided toward, what you feel in the direction that you feel instinctually pulled in. You're being pulled in that direction, and you're not only being pulled in that direction, but you're actually taking steps toward that this month. It could be a passion project, it could be a person, a relationship, a new situation, but it's definitely one that you feel, as I said, excited about, maybe scared of, and like, oh my god, this is going to be so scary, but you're excited, and you're going to do it, and you are going to start to take those steps by the end of March, whatever they are. So let's have a look now what's going on beneath the surface for you. What's going on beneath the surface for you? What's hidden from your conscious mind? Excellent. So we've got the 8 of Pentacles with a clarifier. So we know that you're working on yourself. Oh my gosh, sorry, it's all going Pete Tong. I just like it neat anyway, because it just doesn't, it's not distracting if it's neat, is it? And I've got to be 100% mindful. Okay, so we've got the 8 of Pentacles with a clarifying card. Oh my god, 8 of Pentacles. We've got the 3 of Cups and the 5 of Swords. I did mention the 5 of Swords before. I can give you a really good simple breakdown of that card, and so you never have to fear the 5 of Swords. Okay, it's quite funny actually when you actually experience it. It's quite funny when you're mindful like me and you experience that energy. I laugh every time I do it. I'm like, oh my god, I'm 5 of Swords in it. I've said that so many times to myself this last couple of weeks. I'm 5 of Swords in it. I'm 7 of Swords in it. But anyway, I just literally use it as a verb. Anyway, so 8 of Pentacles. So what's going on beneath the surface? What's hidden from your conscious mind, your emotional, your intuitive responses, your instinctive responses, your higher self, your intuition, your karmic path. That's what this row is related to. It's linked to this section here. And first of all, we've got this energy of the 8 of Pentacles. Love it. Our energy, I'm a Capricorn. Earth energy, again, where we put our energy and effort in order to manifest security. Okay? And number 8, so it's new karmic energy. 8's a karmic number. We have karmic experience so that we can learn about the fullness of our reality, so that we can appreciate the experiences that we have and all the blessings that they bring, regardless of how difficult, challenging, emotional, intense they seem to be at that time. They are actually part of our soul's growth and our soul's evolution, okay? And of your healing, of acceptance of yourself, for you to be able to accept who you are, for you to be able to be compassionate toward yourself, for you to be able to be compassionate to other people. This is what the reason of karma and the number 8 is about. So this is what this is saying in this instance. This is they call it what the applying skill, to skill. That's what people call this card. For me, this card is also really truly about you understanding applying yourself, but not only applying yourself to, I don't know, work or gaining the skills or whatever. It's you applying yourself to become the best, most authentic version of yourself. It's you, brushing off all the dust and the dirt and the pain and the hurt that's been and the grind that's been building up, that sort of blocked you out, that sort of hidden and obscured the true you from yourself. This, for me, this card is about getting rid of those layers and layers of built up, what do they call it when jadedness and built up, when we have those experiences in life and they become a part of us. And this is you sort of refining that, removing those layers so that you can reveal yourself to yourself. You can be revealed, the true you, the beautiful you, the natural you can be revealed to you, to yourself. And it's got a clarifier here, and we've got a tower, and that's a tower moment here. So this is like again, 2 of my favorite cards in this reading, the Tower and the 9 of Swords. And the reason they're my favorite cards, some of my favorite cards, is because you absolutely, no matter how sort of into tarot you are or not, when you experience certain energies like the Knight of Swords, for example, not one of my favourites actually, but like the Knight of Swords, like the Judgment energy, like the 9 of Nine of Swords, like the Tower, the Ace of Cups, some of those, you cannot deny that you have had that experience because you feel it. You might not practice mindfulness every single day like me. You might not practice Reiki every single day like me. You might not do that every single day. However, when it's time to get the message of the Tower, you don't care how #not woke you are, you will feel it. And that's why I love the Tower, and that's why I love the Nine of Swords, because they're hard hitting energies. They demand your attention, they demand your awareness. And what I see for you is this is a sudden sudden shift in circumstances that brings about a transformation for you and puts you on the path that you need to be. It's breaking down the walls. It's something that breaks down. In fact, like I said about the layers, it breaks down the walls that have been built. It breaks down the life that was built. It breaks down the identity that was built. It breaks down the perception that was built. And what happens with this is it brings in new. It transforms us then to bring in new energy. And what we are refining, what we are seeing with this Tower hitting is, as I've already said, we're seeing the truer, more authentic you. We're seeing you more balanced. We're seeing this opportunity. Look, this is what we see. We find out who we are. And I really feel like this for you. I really feel like for you, what's being solidified, what's being manifested. Yes, abundance, all that stuff happening, but money and all that stuff, but it's security. It's personal security. It's you feeling steady on your feet. It's you feeling strong and stable. Emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually. It's that strength and that solidity that's coming in for you in March. So even if, as I said, Ace of Pentacles, Ace is new beginnings, gifts from auspicious new beginnings, gifts, etc. As I said, Pentacles about security. We can interpret these cards. If that was here, for example, I would say, oh, it's going to be a good month for you. If that, all that I need to be, that just needed to be there. If that was there, I would say, oh, what a good month for you. It's going to be all about money for you, manifested wealth. Listen to your intuition. That'll guide you in your actions. It's bringing in what, that's what I would say. But look at just the difference that just makes. Look at the difference that it makes. This is what we see. This is why I'm saying to you, look at the position of these cards. I'm saying to you that this is why it's about your security, your emotional, spiritual, physical, mental security and strength is being manifested. I'm telling you that you're going to notice the difference. You're going to notice the difference. You're going to see the difference. I was looking for the Tower there. You're going to notice the difference. You're going to see the difference. You're going to feel the difference. This is what we feel. You're going to feel the difference. And this is the universe going, yes, Queen, yes. Every time I say, I'm thinking about my friend here. Yes, Queen, yes, Jay. I love you, man. My bestie for life. Bestie for life. He's a Virgo. And actually, Jay, this is actually really resonant with you, as you know, the conversations that we've had. But what this is with this, I say yes, Queen, with this card, because this is literally the universe going, celebrating you. Saying, if it's not in that position, just as a general card, it's like the universe going, yes, you've done well. It's a card of celebration, shorthand, card of celebration, doing really great, doing really well. In this position, this is you feeling that way. Like, do you know what? Yes, go me. Aren't I doing good? Haven't I done well? This is you feeling that, knowing that. This is an indication that you're on the right path, that this, the work that you're doing, the excavating, the digging deep, the finding out, the trying to understand what forms your perspective on life, what forms your identity, what went into making you who you are. You engaging with that is the right thing. This is an indication, a spirit indication, 100% every single time that you're on the right path, you're doing the right thing. Threes are, I'm going to just do a separate video about number 3 because I've talked about it so much and I've got the Tree of Life out and I've showed you why. 1, 2, 3, blah, blah, blah. But it takes ages. But basically, trust and believe when I say it to you, 3 is an important number. And I'll do a video because I'll do a video and find it in Key Wisdom playlist. Anyway, so the universe is celebrating you. You're doing the right thing. It's you're doing the right thing because you responded to how you felt. You listened to how you felt. You noticed what you were thinking. You recognize that this isn't really me, or I'm not really sure why I built my life this way. I want to understand why I built my life this way. Or it's because of the anxieties, or it's because of this, or it's because of that. That type of work is what's bringing about balance for you. Now, I laugh when I see this card now, only because over the last 2 weeks, as I've said, I've been saying to myself, oh my God, I'm proper 5 of Swords in it. Oh my God, I'm proper 7 of Swords. Let me give you an example. Let me tell you why, right? This is an example. So, I have officially, I've not done the announcement yet, but I've officially stopped doing recorded personal readings. I'm no longer be offering recorded personal readings. I'll announce it, but I've been busy doing these and personal readings. And so anyway, last week, so I do a week of recording, filming for the channel, then I have a week off where I'm meant to do nothing, but actually I end up doing personal readings. So last week I was like, right, I had like 2 or 3 to do, like 2 left. And these 2, like, these are both repeat customers. I know them very well. I've read for them many times, and I knew, I'm like, right, I'm just going to get up. I'm just going to do the readings. It's going to be quick. And then I got up, I did the readings. My God. 24 hours later, I still hadn't sent the reading off because I had to do one again. One got lost in the cloud. Don't even ask about the stress. But me, out of my mouth, I'm saying, I'm so bloody frustrated. Like, why has this happened? Like, Mercury's not even retrograde yet. I can't believe this happened. Out of my mouth, I'm saying that. But in my head, I'm like, I don't even think that. I'm not really that bothered. That's what the 5 of Swords is. The 5 of Swords is sort of where your brain, like what you're saying and what you're thinking are not connected anymore. So you might tell yourself, you might be saying out loud, oh my gosh, like, I'm really worthless, like, I'm no good. But in your mind, you're like, do you know what? I don't even believe that anymore. Number 5 is about change. It's about applying energy in different ways. Sword energy is about your mind, your consciousness, your awareness. So it's about a shift in your awareness. But it's about you, as I said, actively engaging with that shift, recognizing that I don't even think that anymore. I don't even think those things anymore. I don't even believe those things anymore. So why do I still say them? It's connecting those dots with the 5 of Swords, which brings about those change. So for me, I was like saying actively, the masculine side of me, the masculine's the one that the bit of us that does, I'm going, oh my God, like, I'm so annoyed, like, I just wanted to get those readings done, like, I'm really frustrated. But I'm like, do you know what? I know that's not true. Like, the message comes when the message comes. The moments happen when they happen. And I understand that. So there's no need for me to stress. If it's not delivered till tomorrow and it's a reading that I have to redo because the other one got lost in the cloud and then accidentally deleted and I have to spend 18 hours trying to find software to anyway, even though I stress like that, and I did all that. I actually was up at 3 o'clock in the morning trying to do that, and I actually did all that and put all that effort in. But in my mind, I knew that everything that was happening was absolutely meant to be happening. The 5 of Swords is where you start to make that connection with, even though maybe what I'm saying consciously to myself is, or what I'm saying out loud is one thing, I know that fundamentally there is a change in actually my perception now. Like, my perception has actually changed. Like, how I understand and see these experiences has actually changed. My voice just hasn't caught up yet. That's the 5 of Swords. So now I've said this to you, notice it. And you'll notice it now I've said it to you. This is why you come to Key Wisdom Tarot, you see. I don't just give you the facts, man. I don't just give you the shot. I give you the experience, the wisdom that comes from living mindfully, living as a tarot reader and Reiki Master. I tell you what, I was laughing last week, man, with that 5 of Swords, but I have those experiences so that I can share them with you, my darlings. Okay, let's move on. You're all be like, Ruth, shut up. Right, okay. I can hear. Okay, so now we're moving on to April. April is here. End of March, beginning of April. What can we expect? This month of you focusing on your emotions, wow, is transformative for you. This is a month of acting differently, moving differently, thinking differently. You are transformed, you are different. Look at this. We've got the Ace of Wands, we've got the Four of Wands, we've got the Two of Wands, we've got the Lover's card. Woo, woo, woo. This is like, yes, Tiny's on my knee. Woo, woo. Look at that. Right, just let that marinate. Let me just have a drink of water. Let me just calm my wand energy down. So, look at Taurus moving so differently, aren't you, Taurus, now? Hey, you get to April, you're moving so different. You're responding to your intuition. You're responding to your instincts. You're being honest with yourself in your head, in your mind. You know where it is you want to go. You know that you're ready to start that relationship. You know that you're ready to look for that new job. You know that you're ready to tell that person how you feel. You know that you're ready for it because you feel it. Not only do you feel it in your emotional self, mentally, because you've got that emotional and mental security now, but you feel the pull, you feel the urge, the excitement, the anticipation, the motivation. That's what the wand energy, and we're covered in it in April, that's what the wand energy represents. The wand energy is your life force, your chi, your key, as I said, the thing that moves us, and you have a brand new beginning with this here, the Ace of Wands. As I said, the Tower, it might take down the walls, the old ways of thinking. It might take them down, it might shatter it, but what it brings us is what we see after that is the truth. Okay, so the whole world's been bombed. Awful, and I mean, the whole city's been bombed, for example. Random example. I'm not intuitively picking up on anything, by the way, so no one get confused, but I'm just saying, the whole world's been bombed, the whole city's been bombed. It's terrible. It's terrible. Everything's been knocked down, everything's been destroyed, the whole city's been destroyed. But after you get over the pain, after you get over the thing that's been destroyed, after you get over that, you're left with this blank canvas, and you're ready to let's start the world our way. No more flipping plastic, man, yeah? No more eating meat. I eat meat. No more, flipping building houses, Let's start again. Let's start afresh. Let's start anew. The world is, there's look at the horizons. We can do anything. That's that energy of the Ace of Wands. I mean, you're going to be feeling like this, Virgo. You know what I mean? It's time for new energy. It's time for me to act different, to behave different, to do different, to think different. I am stronger now. I am more secure now. This is how you begin April. I love it for you. We've got the Four of Wands, so some of you could be, I don't know about Jamie, might be as well, might be someone he fancies, I don't know, but could be for you. This could be you committing, because look at April. I mean, it's love, innit? Love opportunities, marriage, commitment. I'll do your love reading in the middle of March, actually, but just as a sort of headline, you could be going toward love, some of you, because that's what we see in April. April's definitely looking like a month of love for you guys. But anyway, this is where you're going. We next have the Four of Wands here. So number 4, linked to your foundations, your roots, where you come from, your family, your heritage, traditions, your DNA, what's promised to you. That's what the number 4 is linked to. That's in the 4th house of astrology. Number 4 is also linked to your heart chakra, the space of forgiveness, the space of love, the space of compassion. And you know what the wand energy relates to. So it's about what gives you that strength, what gives you that passion, what gives you that joy, what makes you feel compassionate. You understanding that. You feeling like you understand what that is, what those things, what that is for you. People call this the marriage card, but that's because they've got everything that they need to be secure and happy, right? That's a shorthand. But for the longhand, we look at, ultimately, this is an energy of you feeling and understanding. It's hard to intuitively. Feeling is to feel is to understand, really, when we're talking intuitively, yeah? So to feel something is to understand something in an intuitive sense. But in a practical, worldly, divine masculine, ego sense, it isn't. But just humour me. I'm very precise with my language choice, I know, but it matters. Okay? So this is you feeling like 100% what you need from this partner, from this job, from your life, from this situation, and because look at how secure you are. Look at how secure you are. Look at how abundant this next 6 weeks is for you. You know, it's bringing in stability, it's bringing in strength, and it's bringing in, as I said, that passion, and bringing you toward balance and opportunities with the two of wands. We've got the one of wands, the ace of wands, and the two of wands. This is really a door opening, opportunities. The world is your oyster. Twos are about commitments. Look, we've got 2, 3, 2. So we've got balance again here. You know, we've got balance on both sides. Twos are about duality. Twos are about balance. Twos are about agreements. Twos are about what we desire. Twos are about being committed to what we desire. Twos are about partnerships. So the energy of number 2 is also about wisdom. So it's also about going out there to have experiences. So this is, again, going out to have toward experiences that we feel passionate about, toward areas, people, places, jobs that we feel that we want, that we feel that we desire, that we feel will bring us joy, that we feel will that make us excited. This is you going out, stepping out to have those type of experiences, whether it is in love, and it is for some people. You'll be wanting new experiences in relationships. You'll be wanting a new commitment. You'll be wanting to deepen a commitment, whatever it is, relationship wise. Definitely some of you are taking on that role, walking toward those opportunities. But obviously it could be in any area of life, and just as well also these all relate to you. These is things that you're experiencing, so you'll be feeling this way, okay, regardless of whether it's about another person or not. You're feeling love for yourself, you're feeling secure in yourself, you're feeling more mentally and emotionally and spiritually balanced, and stable, and that is a beautiful thing. Remember what I said to you about the number 6. Number 6 is linked to the perception center. With number 6, what we have related to you as an individual, you have your divine masculine and divine feminine. You have the part of you that goes out in the world and has experiences, and you have the impact of those experiences have on you, the wisdom, the learning, what it teaches you, what it shows you about life and about yourself is revealed through the experiences that you have. We have that divine masculine and divine feminine within us, okay? There's a name for them. They're very long. They're Sanskrit, i.e. Indian, ancient Indian, and I cannot pronounce them. And they're like about 13, 14, 15 letters long. But the divine masculine and the divine feminine, your divine masculine and divine feminine live within you, in your heart space, in your chakra. Not actually, but you've got to think of it in a sort of spiritual, metaphorical sense. And this is the union of your divine masculine and divine feminine, i.e. the perception of the experiences that you've had, and the blessings and the fullness and the balance that your experiences, along with your reflection of your experiences and understanding of how your past experiences have affected you, the union of those two is what brings about balance and love of self. But this, for some of you, definitely you'll be moving toward that in relationships. You'll be moving toward that. So I would say to you, actually, Virgo, if you haven't already, definitely watch your love story, Virgo. Okay, watch your love story, which goes from the 14th of Feb to the 14th of March, or it's like middle of Feb to middle of March, and I'll do the next one obviously in the middle of March to the middle of Feb, so you can watch the love story for then. So definitely check that out if you're interested in love. But ultimately, this is definitely about self-love. It's about the fact that you recognize the significance of where you come from, what makes you you, what makes you feel, think, act the way you do. You understand the root of that now. You understand where that is from, and understanding where that's from ultimately brings about a destruction of old ways of thinking, of the old way of perceiving yourself and perceiving your experience, and brings about a whole new refinement of self, a whole purer, refreshed, newer, healed version of yourself, which is a lot more secure and stable. It's definitely the right place for you, you definitely are on the right path. Currently, karmically, you're definitely on the right path if this is resonating with you, and you're moving toward making new moves, making new directions, taking new steps toward areas that you're, and people and situations that you're passionate, that you're excited about, that bring you joy and that bring you pleasure. So from where I'm sitting, Virgo, that sounds like a really nice 6 weeks to me. So, March to beginning of April, beautiful. So, my darlings, do check out your moon signs, your Venus signs, which is how you love and how you feel love and how you share love, etc. That might be important for you actually. So check out your Venus signs if you know where Venus was on when you were born. Check out your Venus signs, and also check out your rising signs, which is your perception of where you're headed, in your perception. And then you can follow Key Wisdom Tarot on Instagram, on Facebook. I'm off. In fact, let me get back online because I've not been online today, so I can't show you anything. But check out my Instagram. I never have Bluetooth on. I don't know what the point of having Bluetooth. I don't really get the point of Bluetooth. Oh, sorry, you shouldn't see that person's name. I don't know who that person is. Where's my Instagram? Okay, so this is my Instagram, and you can follow it. I have posts obviously of all sorts of different things, and the next post I'll do will be the astrology, where we look in depth at the astrology. So that was for February. We look in depth at the astrology, so that'll be one of my next posts. You can find that on Instagram or on Facebook, Key Wisdom Tarot. Or if you don't have Instagram, if you don't have Facebook, and I know some of you do not, search hashtag Key Wisdom Tarot on your search engine, on Google, whatever, and it'll bring up all the posts, all the images, and all the commentaries that I've written on there. Okay, my darling Virgos. The next reading I'm going to be producing is next week, next Wednesday, the very first ever tarot therapy with Key Wisdom Tarot. It's a healing tarot reading, intuitive reading, which is going to help you, or us, I suppose, to work through karma. And it's really great because, tarot is lots of different things to lots of different people, and really for me it's the thing that really helps to anchor me in my experiences. It's really a tool for mindfulness. Is about being present, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, in each moment. And for meditation is to reflect, to consider, to think over. So for me, tarot is a real anchor for that, for me, for mindfulness and for meditation and for Reiki, so the energy work that I do, because each of the different energy cards have different experiences. So I'm going to be using tarot in that way for you guys next week. So you can find your first tarot therapy session on Key Wisdom Tarot next Wednesday. Click the bell and subscribe for notifications, and keep an eye out for the preview video that I will post, so just to give you an idea of what's coming up in that video. Okay, my darling Virgos, I hope you have a wonderful March, a wonderful start to April. I'll see you all again next week with brand new readings. Take care, my darlings. Bye.